What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. We are breaking down the Monday Night Football showdown between the Houston Texans at the Seattle Seahawks. You got CJ Stroud versus Sam Darnold. Darnold, I believe, has thrown a pick in every single game but one. So we are going to look at some things. So if you've never been here before, we're going to look at the Vegas odds. We're going to look at our showdown stats between 2023 season and now. We're going to look at our matchup tool, which you can only find at FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. We're going to build a couple or a few GPP lineups as a starting point for you. And then we're going to show you some of our favorite sports bets for this game. So hopefully we have a great game. We have two games on Monday Night Football. This one's the actual featured one on DraftKings, and it's late. It's 9 p.m. start time, my time. So we're going to look at everything, and hopefully we're going to help you bring home some bacon. So if you've never been here before, you are in for a treat. This week we have NBA coming up for DFS. We've got a ton of information. We do Thursday Night Football Showdown, Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, main slate breakdown. Just so many breakdowns. We've got a free Discord down below. Make sure you check it out. So looking at the Vegas odds for this game opened up with a 44.5 over-under, and then the Seahawks being a 1.5 point favorite. The current line as of the making of this video, still, it's 41 over-under, so it's a lower over-under, which we don't love to see. We want to see those higher ones for one game. But we've actually got Houston right now as a Seahawks being a 3-point favorite now. So it's gone up to 3 from 1.5. We've got some great odds. We're going to check out everything. So hopefully we're able to see everything in that. So you can find this article down below in the description of this video along with everything else, but I wanted to show you some of the stats. Now, this is from DraftKings, but now this year FanDuel has combined pretty much the same. You've got your MVP or captain spot, 1.5 fantasy points is what you're going to get from that player. The salary's 10,000 more, but the scoring's kind of the same. So we're going to look and use DraftKings, but you can use it for FanDuel, just the pricing's a little bit different. I can't show you FanDuel right now because they've temporarily banned it in my state for regulations. So it is what it is. So 82% of the winning lineups have contained at least one quarterback in the lineups there. I love CJ Stroud in this one, a little bit more than Sam Darnold, but I think we can make it work with both. Only 5% of the winning lineups have used all $50,000 salaries, so do not feel like you need to. Only 15% of the winning lineups have had a $200 player or less. I don't think we're going to see that being used here. There's not like a ton of players being surprisingly out or questionable game time decision out, and then that boosts up a $200 player. But 80% of the winning lineups have used a $4,000 player. So we will look at that. And then the average winning lineups salary used in the past couple of seasons has been $47,500. So don't feel like you need to use all of the salary. I completely understand when that happens. So being a close game, I think the stacks are going to work out in our favor, but 4-2 stack is won at 45% of the time. A 3-3 stack is won at 35% of the time. And then a 5-1 stack has only taken it down 20% of the time. So this is where we get into our captain percentages. 37% of the time, a wide receiver has been in the winning lineup for a captain. Love JSN tonight. Love Nico Collins as well. Running back, 29% of the time. QB, 19% of the time. Doesn't take into effect the majority of the time when it is a mobile quarterback. So you're going to see more mobility out of CJ Stroud than Sam Darnold, obviously. 8% of the time, it has been a tight end. I do not mind Dalton Schultz here. He's that safety blanket for CJ Stroud. Love him. He's made it into some of our parlay lines that we've got here for plays. 5% of the time, it's been a defense. I honestly love Houston defense here. Sam Darnold, like I said, he's thrown interceptions. Houston defense has been pretty good. I don't know if they take down the captain spot, but I think makes sense to put in your lineup. And then 3% of the time, it has been a kicker. Hopefully it's not a kicker, but anytime it is a kicker in that captain spot, it's pretty terrible game fantasy-wise, and we don't want to see that. We just don't see that. So if you want to see this article, it helps us out the channel, click the link down below. If you want to subscribe to this channel if you've not before, if you want to hype the video up, I don't know what that does, but it's very appreciated. So that being said, when we build you some lineups, there are certain plays that we like. If you want to see all the captain plays, MVP plays, and flex plays that we love, get that down below. So that being said, we've got our matchup tool real quick. Let's take a look. So here's how you read it. These are the defenses and these are the stats given up to each position. So the Seahawks ranked 26 in the red zone, 157 completions, 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns. They do have 7 interceptions overall, but they do have one 300-yard passing game. They rank 18th out of 32 against the opposing quarterback, giving up an average of 18.6, whereas the Texans in the red zone are number 1. 969 yards, 3 touchdowns to 5 interceptions to quarterbacks, which is crazy. That's a reverse split that you love to see it if you're the defense. They rank number 1 against the opposing quarterback, 10.4. Running backs, kind of a little bit more leeway, but both under 400 rushing yards allowed. Seahawks have given up 2 touchdowns. They rank 16th out of 32, 22.1. Then you got the Texans, 19th in the red zone, 5 touchdowns, no 100-yard games for either defenses. 9 out of 32, and they give up an average of 19 fantasy points to the opposing running back. Wide receivers, where it's a little bit different. Seattle Seahawks have given up 200-yard games, 6 touchdowns, ranked 22nd, giving up an average of 34.5. So we're looking at Nico Collins, and we're looking at some backups there as well. And then the Texans overall, 8th in the red zone, 691 yards, 2 touchdowns, 100-yard game. They rank 4th, though, 27.3. I still think JSN makes a splash here, but it could be an ugly game, and defense could win this game. And then against the tight end, Seahawks are ranked 27th out of 32, so love to see in the red zone. Dalton Schultz, if they get in within the 20. 3 receiving touchdowns to tight ends. They rank 25th out of 32. Houston defense overall, 6 in the red zone, 22 receptions, 175 yards, only 1 touchdown. They rank 6th. They're only giving up an average of 8.9. So Seahawks offensively, maybe not what we want to see. So that being said, let's build some lineups. Now, that being said, in that realm, where are we going to go? I mean, obviously with Seattle, you got Cooper Kupp, because if JSN is double teamed or triple teamed, Cooper Kupp could have some fun in that one because they'll be off him a little bit. But you really never know when you're building lineups how it's going to go. But let's put Nico Collins in there. Let's put CJ Stroud in there. Let's put come down here and look at Dalton Schultz. So those are my 3 for there. Now, whether or not you want to go with a Kenneth Walker or Woody Marks, Cooper Kupp a little bit, you can see double digits the past couple of games, 40-plus yards in those games, does have 1 touchdown. That was last week. Now, while Texans defense is pretty good, I think I got to get the Texans defense in. So I'm going to put them at 3,800. Now we're at 7,300. That's Houston. I think it's going to be a 4-2 stack there. So we are looking at, Charbonnet can always vulture a touchdown. You can see he's got 3 touchdowns this year. The snaps are there. The attempts are there. The yards are a little iffy. They're never usually 50-plus. But he does have some receiving touchdowns. So if you look at the running backs here, Houston's defense has been pretty good. They have given up 103 yards through the air to running back. So you could always look at a Charbonnet at 6,600. Everyone's going to be on Kenneth Walker. Comes in with 3 touchdowns, 78 attempts. Very expensive, but for his price, he has struggled to hit double digits the past couple of games. I'm going to put in a little bit of Charbonnet. Now we're at 8,000. You could get in Kenneth Walker. You could get in Nick Chubb. 'Cause if you look at Seattle against the running back, 13th in the red zone, but they've given up some here. 2 touchdowns. They rank 16th in average there. So Nick Chubb coming in, 2 touchdowns, 58 attempts. It's kind of been up and down with the double digits, but they have been there in the past. So that's where do we want to go here? Do we want to go with a Kenneth Walker, a Woody Marks? So if you look at Woody Marks, 36 attempts, like I said, the yards have been there. He is receiving too. So I'm going to put Woody Marks in there. We've left 1,000 on the table. We've got 1 quarterback. This is a 5-1 stack. Not the best one, but if you were to take a 5-1 stack, Houston would make sense to me in this one. So let's back out. Let's do another one. Let's do one that I think it's going to be under-owned, but let's take a look at, I think we can get both quarterbacks in this one. So let's get Darnold in there. Let's get Stroud in there, okay? Now, I love me some Jaden Higgins. We haven't really talked about him. He's a cheap $3,000 option. Torrey Horton, wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3. He's been involved a little bit, as you can see. We're at 5,500. Now, I think we go with Dalton Schultz here. Okay? So we have Darnold throwing it to JSN, also throwing it to Horton. We've got Stroud throwing it to Higgins and Schultz. We've left 900 on the table. Again, these are built for tournaments. These are not cash lineups. So that's just another lineup there. It's the most expensive captain spot there. I completely get that. So that's what we're thinking. So another one that I want to look at is probably depends, actually. I don't know how we can get this to feel 100%. But let's go with Nico Collins here at the captain spot. Let's go Stroud, throwing it to him. Okay. I think we can get JSN in there. I think one we didn't talk about, but Jake Bobo. Under-owned, has not done much. These are why these are tournament picks. Again, these are lineups to start around. Don't feel like you need to use all of these. Obviously, I'm going Myers for kicker because I think the defense holds the offense, and then we got to get a kicker in there. So then we kind of look at what do we need. I'm thinking we go back to the well with Dalton Schultz. You got Stroud thrown into Collins and Schultz. You got JSN, you got Bobo, and you got Jake Myers in there as well. So let's do one more tournament lineup. Let's think outside the box a little bit. I don't think this happens, okay? But I think we're able to build a lineup. Let's just look at what we could build with a Houston Texans captain spot or MVP, depending on which site you're on. So let's get him in there. Let's get Stroud. Let's get Collins. We're at 76. I'm okay with that. Let's get Schultz. And then we got to get a couple here. So I'm thinking we go Charbonnet, who's a cheaper option. We have 11,700. We're able to go any direction you want. If you look at how Houston is against the running back, 19th in the red zone, like I said, they rank 9th to give up an average. They have given up 5 touchdowns. Maybe both of these running backs make sense. Maybe Cooper Kupp makes sense. Because if you look at this against the wide receiver, 4th against the running back, 9th. They are giving up an average of 19 to running backs, 27 to opposing wide receivers. So that's where we can't afford JSN. But I think we can afford a Cooper Kupp. We've left 4,900 on the table. I don't always suggest that. You can go different directions here, but this is one of those lineups where you got to make multiple different lineups. This is more of a boom or bust lineup. So I'm going to pause the video, and then I'm going to show you some of our favorite sports bets for Monday Night Football. Okay, so this is more of a safer parlay. I know you guys love to see the extra, let's go for 2,500 plus. Let's see a huge 10-leg parlay like we did on Thursday night. Thursday night, I felt real comfortable with. I love the numbers. There was a lot of 100-plus hit rates in those. This one, not so much. We got C.J. Stroud for 200-plus yards. We got Dalton Schultz for 4-plus receptions and 25-plus yards. You got Nico Collins for 50-plus receiving yards. And then you got JSN for 50-plus receiving yards. I could see you taking the JSN for 60 or 70-plus receiving yards. But again, Houston secondary, they were very good. You could always have a broken play, and he takes that off for the score that you need. So those are what I'd look at for a safer pick. It's plus 190, so it's very safe. It's 5 picks. And then if you want to look at touchdown scores, I didn't even notice this, but Zach Charbonnet has the best odds right now to score a touchdown. He's obviously not the running back one, but they feel he could do that. So Charbonnet plus 500 is what that would equal. So you put $5 in that. That's 5 to win 30. I mean, it depends on what your mark is, but Charbonnet to score a touchdown makes a ton of sense. What I would look at is defensive props, and I would add if they have for one. Actually, you know what? I'm looking at passing props. Is it on here? And it might not be on your book. It just depends. But for one interception, Sam Darnold, interception thrown, 1+, we'll put it up to 1,100. So $5 there. I think Darnold throws an interception. I'm adding this in here. I'm locking that in. So there you go. We've got you Thursday Night Football this week. We had the main slate. We had Sunday morning football, Sunday night football, and Monday Night Football. So be on the lookout for everything else. Go check out the article here. $10 a week, $30 a month. We have a lifetime pass going on right now. It's normally $500. The next 8 people that email us, dfshelp1@gmail.com, with saying you want the lifetime special, instead of $500, you can get it for $150. So 2 people have taken advantage of it. We have 8 spots available. Once that is closed, it's gone. Probably never happens again, just so you know. If you want to get some other content from us, in the description of this video, free Discord, go check it out. We also have a weekly DK League, $5 a week, every single week. Get in there. Top 3 places pay every single week. And then at the end of the year, the top 3 places overall. First place gets a lifetime pass, second, a yearly pass, and third place, a monthly pass. And the final way to get some content, DraftKings, FanDuel, and Fanatic Sportsbooks links are down below. If there's 1, 2, or 3 sites you've never signed up for, sign up using our links down below. Deposit a minimum of $20. Email us, place a bet, email us, dfshelp1@gmail.com that you used 1, 2, or 3 of those links. We're going to give you a free month of FTA Plus for every link you guys sign up. That being said, we've got this NFL slate. We've got NBA starting this week, PGA, MMA, NFL Week 8, obviously. Then we have NASCAR. So NASCAR is dwindling down, obviously. It's done in November. MLB is done since we only have 1 game a night until the World Series, depending on where we see this game going. So we're done with MLB, but we're very excited. We're looking towards the future, and we've been killing it with MMA. You guys have been loving it. NBA coming back for every night means more videos every single night for you. If you've never seen what we've done with the NBA, go check out our playlist. A little bit different because NBA, you can kind of project and predict what these players are going to get. You can project the minutes, so then you can project minutes, fantasy points per minute, and we can project a range for NBA, and you guys loved it last year. So if there's anything you guys would like to see in the NBA videos, go watch what we have and then suggest it to us, whether or not it's on Discord, advisors_team on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. You can always email me. It's whatever. So let's have a fantastic Monday Night Football. We'll be on the lookout. If you guys have questions about Monday Night Football, get in the Discord because I'll try to answer some questions, give you some plays, give you some different projections as well there. So let's have a great day, great night, great week. Good luck, and as always, bring home some bacon. Peace.